world of football on transfer market. Remember, we told you yesterday that City we are making major moves yesterday. One of those moves officially signed yesterday for City. For Chelsea, obviously, one of their own targets. Even though they will continue, they wanted to bring him for the Club World Cup, but they are getting, but it did not work again. So they are going to continue that negotiation after the Club World Cup. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. I'm here with the team to talk about the English game that happened yesterday, the England game that happened yesterday, and the transfer news. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, football maniacs and super fans out there. Somebody say if your best is not getting you the result, go and get another best. That other best now don't enter bench. The best no workout yesterday. And I was the only one on this show yesterday who was supporting these guys to pull up an upset, and voila. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Noso. How are you?
Officially, transfer window don't end, and managers they reject country as the national team jobs. I never see them before, but we'll get into that conversation when we enter the show proper.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's talk about the interesting game first. Even though other games happen everywhere, but let's talk about the big one. England played Senegal in that friendly game, and they lost 3-1. Even though England scored first in that game, Kane scored first with a rebound after a rebound in that game, 1-0, and everybody was thinking, okay, England will start flying. But somehow Senegal started pulling the ball over the line. They will load the ball. That thing you are talking about. I remember that. Wait now. Because I watched that game. You were saying that Senegal, they will pull the ball over the line. And they did it almost 3 times. And they scored 3 times. Good game plan, because if
it's African football.
If somebody is pressing you, and if your opponent is pressing you, and they are playing high lines, they want to score a goal, they are pressing you, there's always a space behind the defense. Just find a defender or a midfielder that can play that ball over them, and an attacker that can run. And they did that 3 times in the game.
You define attacker away field run. The front three for Senegal have been run. The front three, because look at the front three for Senegal. Ndela and Ismail Assar. These are the front two that we know plays in popular leagues. And Ismail Assar is playing for Crystal Palace. Look at his goals involvement last season. He knows how to run. He knows how to find himself in pocket spaces. And he's split-footed. One-on-one, if he catch you, you're in trouble. Look at him at Watford before they went to relegation under Marco Silva. Look at him at Crystal Palace now. Look at him. Look at his record at Everton. So anytime he plays, he's running and he's doing well. Look at I think Idrissa Gana. We call him Gay, the Everton midfielder. That one also physical. Forget saying he gets small body. 35 years old now, he's small, but he do wonders. You get now. These players are players. You look at them and you say, what can the players do? And you look at the midfield they have. It's the same football they always play. Chase the ball down the line, get the defenders working, get the strikers running. The midfield, you don't. In short, I don't think it's time high time. You not say the coach to start scouting midfield, because I believe Tuchel, for me, I don't know. This is the lineup Tuchel went with yesterday. Was lineup that didn't work. It has never worked. Even under Legasly, it didn't work. Under this my man Southgate, it didn't work. Why experiment with it? What do you want to do with different from what these two managers don't do? Because the combination of Declan Rice and Gallagher, you're having 2 workaholics who, okay, one is smart. The Rice can be smart offensively, but in the build-up play, he's MIA. And you want to hold on to the ball for the whole 90 minutes. These are not the 2 players you pair in midfield with a bit of chasing. You don't pair these 3 players in. Who going to do the work of recovering the ball back? Who going to do the work of creating the chances? Who going to do the work of progressing the ball from defense to attack?
Okay, John, if you look at that game, I don't know where it went wrong for England, but
I went wrong from the lineup. From the starting lineup, it went wrong.
I understand if you are chasing a goal, it's always likely that you have to have enough space behind it to concede goals. But maybe we can give him it's a friendly game, and this is his first loss for Tuchel. He needs to look at the squad and find a way to fix this one. But a good game for Senegal generally.
You can't take it away from Senegal. You can't take it away from them. I know a lot of people are going to say, Thibaut Babo, whatever, long balls, whatever. It used to be the in for England back in the day. Long balls everywhere. Even at Manchester United, long balls were the run of the day. And so you can't take it away from Senegal. They had a comfortable win. Simple. we've seen it here in games. You can go back and look at Nottingham Forest. You don't need to have 90% of the possession to win the game. Just make your chances count, and they did on the night. So for me, good one for them. You saw the team they put out there. I saw that team sheet they put out. I looked at the England side and I was like, we are going to see England struggle in this game, and
Outside of combat, I just give up.
voila. So it's crazy that we are here, but we are here, and we are going to see the mettle of Thomas Tuchel when he bounces back from this.
Okay, let's see what happens with a good result for Senegal. I think that they played well in that game, defended well, and scored 3 goals in England. How many people go away to England and score 3 goals? An African team go away to England and score England.
When a friendly, we don't play our serious game. We have Club World Cup to play. Our players have Club World Cup to play, so we didn't need to put much energy into it like that.
Nah, reserve feed and right there.
Leave that team, because if the normal England wants
no.
If the normal England,
reserve,
if the normal England wants start.
No be, it don't concern me. Not me tell you say me no start to main guy.
See that defensive pairing. You no go play Cowell and what's my name?
It no concern me.
Okay, who go play? If they those people no play, who's supposed to play?
Man.
Who be the man?
Man.
Who is the man?
Man.
Obviously, England lost that game fair and square.
Fair and square.
Look at the goal. No.
Apart from the goalkeeper,
Dean Anderson, and he's not the first choice.
Yes, apart from the goalkeeper, that's not the first choice.
Chalobah is not first.
Chalobah and who will replace them? Tell me now, Kwanzaa or what's another name? That guy that plays for Crystal Gui. What is the difference between these people? All of them are
Gui, no, use that difference.
Gui
and Kowi no be the same.
Wait now.
They are planets apart.
Gui is playing as Crystal Palace because that's his level. If your level is it does not matter.
Some are big things.
If you are that good things, whatever you think,
you
should be playing. All the clubs in this whole world will be looking for you.
They were looking for him. They are still looking for him.
The point is,
I think he's the captain. He's like a god.
For all the talk about
Crystal Palace.
Man. Baba na England they right for that
okay,
team.
Walker still played. Wait, and Lucas keep playing. Rice played. Saka played.
If now you now, if you call one player, I go ask you a question. For you now, in your right frame of mind right now, currently, based on current form, you define right back to play for national team. You go put this guy.
Assistant is Walker not a senior team player.
He was.
Yes, now.
He was. But current form is not supposed to be
not a senior team player.
Saka.
Is Gordon's not a senior team player. He's still their captain.
Anthony Gordon's on the bench.
Wait now. Is he
not a senior team player, bro?
Hurricane exemption, and he scored goal to exempt himself.
All of these people. Okay, look at who they put Rogers.
They not start bringing Morgan Rogers.
Gibbs White. These are the people they have. Madueke. So these people they have. So I think you have to give credit to Senegal because after Senegal played well in that game.
The officiating error.
And I won that game fair.
That made our goal. Bellingham goal disallowed.
That one is handball and we saw it. Handball.
I didn't see it though.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Because that's
what our goal.
That goal went to VAR. I watched
Thank
the game. You went to
VAR. Now they talk about our goal. Now you talk say went to VAR. They come out our goal 2-2.
It's a good game for Senegal. I think that Senegal did well in this game and they deserve to. I think they are one of the big guys. Apart in the past maybe 4 or 5 years, they have even semi-finals of the
AFCON semi-finals. Lost one to Algeria.
Yes, and won one. So they actually been doing well. And remember, Mane didn't even play in this game at all. So look at Senegal. They are building. This is what I want Super Eagles to be doing. Look at how they are building.
That's how you do it.
And build a squad that can play. Look at how they played well in that game against England, and they won that game 3-1. So they are going to be one of, if they qualify for the World Cup, they are going to be one of our hope. People will put our hope in to probably reach the quarter or semi-finals of the World Cup because it's an expanded World Cup now. So more African teams there. Let's hope that we are going to do African teams because when it comes to World Cup, we support all our African brothers wherever they play. Okay, let's talk about other games that happen in the friendly games. Not the friendly games in UEFA World Cup qualification. Yesterday, Netherlands beat Malta 8-0. Someone are trashing. Serbia beat Andorra 3-0. Latvia and Albania played a 1-1 draw. Finland beat Poland 2-1. That's Lewandowski did not play because Lewandowski said that he's not going to play under this coach again until further notice. I don't know why. You know how this thing happened before the World Cup, they will settle. They will not bring him to the World Cup squad.
If manager is still there, they are not settling. No.
They will settle.
You know why he come up for national team?
They will settle. Whatever, you see this thing.
The only
They
thing
will
that
tell the manager, matter, they will sack the manager and bring back the Lewandowski.
the only thing that they can settle if only he gets his captain armband.
Yes, I understand. But at the end of the day,
manager say I want to choose another captain outside Levy. And as a manager, you have the right.
No, I think the problem is that he invited Lewy. Lewy says that because of the number of games he has played in the season, that he needs rest. So the coach got angry and decided to appoint another captain. So he got angry and said that he's not going to come. So they will have to settle before the World Cup because they didn't. How many top players do they have in Poland? They have to settle that.
Top strikers
will come back. Okay. If you look at the friendly games that happened yesterday, apart from the England game, Senegal beat England 3-1. In that game happened in England. Good game for Senegal. Russia has been flying, even though they have not played competitive football. They beat Belarus 4-1. Sweden beat Algeria 4-3. That's an interesting game. But Sweden came out on top 4-3. Let me find probably bigger games that happened yesterday. New Zealand, Ukraine beat New Zealand 2-1. And okay,
Greece, land of the ancestors.
Okay,
they win now 4-0.
Greece beat Bulgaria 4-0. That's all for international football. Let's move quickly to South America before we talk about transfers. In yesterday's game in South America football, Okay, let's talk about the game. Okay, Uruguay beat Venezuela 2-1. Argentina and Colombia played a 1-1 draw. Brazil won. Ancelotti won his first game as the Brazilian national team. They beat Paraguay 1-0. And Vinicius, his boy, scored the only goal in that game to give them the only goal. I think it's a good start for Ancelotti winning his first game as a manager.
Yeah, it's a good start for Ancelotti. He is, like, for example, I said it that Ancelotti moving there definitely is going to turn it around, because you know what they say about insanity, doing the same thing the same way and expecting a different result. Finally, we have someone there. In the game before this one, he didn't have the time to work with those guys. Hopefully now he's done that. We are seeing the results coming, but this is not what we are going to judge him with. We are going to judge him when he gets them into the tournament like he's done, and then how they perform. But before they get into the tournament, there's still the work of recruiting that needs to be done. I'm sounding now like an alarm, because we'll go there. If it's Richarlison and these other guys is going to take into competition, no day. So, he needs to work on that thing.
He started Vini as a striker, and Vini scored the only goal in that
front
game.
Two. Was it front
I think
two?
I like the formation. He played he played Martinelli from the left, Rafinha played, Vini played, and Cunha played.
Cunha now with the assist now.
Yeah, 4 attackers. The assist. He worked out for them. Vini scored the only goal in that game. I think that's what he's supposed to do. Put in 4 attackers there. Let them be attacking. Put Casemiro and Guimaraes.
Let them hold the midfield
for you.
And Cunha can still help you hold the midfield.
Yes.
So you see that.
And let others attack.
You see that. For all the managers they've been bringing in, they play 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, and you see the front four. It's always the front four now, the striker and the other 3 trying. And you see that the person, I don't know, you've seen the Paqueta, he's always conserving midfield, or Bruno Guimaraes. You play a Jolinto. Managers have been recruiting since. You play a Jolinto in front of a Bruno Guimaraes and a Paqueta. Now, where is and this guy who fighting Wanderers, Nunes. So now, where is the experience in the midfield? Who is going to be recovering the ball back? Because Guimaraes' numbers are not really up there in ball recovery and interceptions. Paqueta, it didn't do. We go back to Jolinto. The only thing Jolinto pass na area doors. He wins the area doors, grand doors, onto the next one. Now you have a Casemiro who can win you grand doors and area doors as well, and still have an eye for a pass. Forward pass. You have a Bruno Guimaraes who can do the same thing. He can win you grand doors, but he's not really up there. Cannot really compete with Casemiro on that level. Now you go back to the defense. You have quality defenders. Gabriel Magalhaes, Marquinhos and fullbacks that can run 90 minutes, and it's not fullbacks that can run the whole 90 minutes and still not get tired. So why go into recruitment and start recruiting players from the Brazil league when you have players in Europe that could do well, and some, let's say we have players in Brazil league that could do well as well, because we saw the likes of Williams coming last game and he did well, but the way didn't really well enough. But now,
Was it not his first game with them? Eh?
He's been called up for many games.
Was it not? How many of them did he play yesterday though?
He did not play.
Nah, yesterday he did
So
not
now
play.
the team. You
See,
cannot
now,
call.
now,
No. You
you
cannot
asked the
call
question.
somebody up to the national team 50 times and he only plays as a sub in one game.
He has
And you
been
say
playing as a
that,
sub.
and you say that
has been
he's
playing
part
as a
of the,
sub.
and you say he's part of the team. He's not part of the team.
He's not
Baba
what?
is sitting on that bench for the past 50 games.
Uh,
So he cannot come in
He
here
never
and
reached
say
50.
he
Calm
never
down.
he
He
never
never
show
reached
anything.
50.
He never see
wear
shirt.
shirt. Wear
He never
shirt.
see shirt
Wait, John.
until he starts seeing
Wear
shirt and
shirt
starts seeing
scars.
shirt consistently before you can judge the performance.
Wear
Because the
shirt
performance
scars.
is there in the club level. The performance is there in club level. Simple.
Wear shirt scarce, and they give you opportunity. You grab her with two hands. Neymar was doing well in club level until they gave him the opportunity at first. That time, men did for that Brazil national team if you put them on the bench. But once they give him the opportunity, Baba take her with two hands, and he not hold her with hand, he not release her. Even when the beggar say, okay, I beg, he don't do. Leave this team, he not agree. You get, that's one thing with the player I just mentioned his name. William is good. I'm not saying he's not good. But when men do, you can separate men from boys.
Okay, he's still young, so let's see.
I want to know who be the men wey dey.
Yesterday, men show.
Richarlison na
no call our name now.
Richarlison na Ancelotti passion project now.
Who?
If Richarlison no be Ancelotti passion project, what will he be doing in the lineup in the first place or doing on the bench in the first place?
They have quality.
Let's call it what it is, man. Simple and short.
They lack quality in attack in Brazil, so they have to call up somebody like Richarlison, even though he has been injured most times for Sports this season.
Thank you.
He's not even starting for Sports.
Baba shouldn't even be smelling shirt with his form now in the league.
You call him up.
Simple and short.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you get question mark for that guy. When I talk about the Anderson for Liverpool, Jordan Anderson, and some other players that they call up for, you question. So he has the right as the manager because he needed the experience. Now your excuse. So he needed him on the side. That's why he did for the team.
Let's see what happens with Ancelotti. We are talking about Ancelotti because he's going to take Brazil to the World Cup next season. If you look at the table in the Brazil South American qualification, Brazil are third with 25 points. First is Argentina with 35 points.
As
Ecuador,
it should be.
Normally they have Messi and all those players that are scoring goals. Ecuador is second with 25 points. Brazil are third with 25 points. Right. Uruguay are fourth with 24 points. Paraguay is
surprised how you can make
fifth with 24 points. They
were fifth when they came in. Surprised how you can make one win and you have jumped 2 positions.
Yeah, so let's see if they are obviously going to qualify for the World Cup next season. Imagine Brazil with the World Cup without Brazil is going to be tough. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Volt FM Sports. And Chooks, welcome to the show. So he's saying England are a joke. Even with all their score, they couldn't get a draw against Senegal. And finally, he's saying congratulations to Memphis Depay for equaling Van Persie's goal for Netherlands all-time scorer. Yes,
he don't play more.
He scored 2 goals in that game to equal Van Persie's all-time goal scoring record. Okay, let's move away from international football and talk club football. And I know that's everybody's waiting for that club football. First, let's talk about Osimhen, because Osimhen a couple of days ago rejected Saudi. Say he's not really for Saudi club, even though they are offering the kind of money they are offering. I money, and I was shaking. I was shaking.
We don't do the breakdown.
I
maybe the 850 million.
So but he rejected that club. He rejected that proposal to go to Saudi. So he's still waiting, even though that the club made had an agreement with Napoli to move him from Napoli to the Saudi club, but he refused that particular proposal. What do you make of that? He wants, I don't know, no club is coming for now, but probably the window is still on till about July, end of July, so he still have about 1 month plus to find a club. But I think rejecting a Saudi club, if you look at the money aspect, it's good. Yeah, it's not actually good. I mean to say, if you look at the money angle as we be Nigerians, as Bishop talk, we need to chase that money. But in footballing terms, he is still young. He needs to play in the pinnacle of football first before probably moving to Saudi.
The thing is, in 10 years from now, that money will be times 3. So what are you rushing for? All the people that have rushed to Saudi have rushed out.
Most of them are
Name
rushing
how
out.
many of them have stayed there more than 3 seasons.
years,
It's
it's
hard
true.
for you to even see.
Especially if you are young. After 1-2 seasons, you're out.
After, so the most important thing is, at this point in time, when you are at this age, you still have the better part of a decade ahead of you. What you want is a move that will propel you forward in your career, not a Saudi move.
Saudi is always going to be there.
Saudi will always be there. In fact, in 5 years' time, it will be times 4 self. So the most important thing now is getting a club in Europe's top 5 where you can be starting games and doing what you do best. Because for all the talk about Osimhen, this, Osimhen that, bring him into the Premier League, even if it's for a Tottenham, bro. In value go triple. Bring him even if he's into the Paris Saint-Germain side, his value will triple as well. So I think is the best move for him at this point in time. The most important conversation now that should be had about the Osimhen issue is where are the clubs that are going to be coming in, even if it's a loan deal, even if it's whatever form it's going to come in as.
I think no, sir, I don't think that Napoli is going to begin for a loan deal now.
Yeah,
because
they don't go the loan route.
Now it's just transfer. They have somebody has to move to a
they
club.
want to sell him outrightly, so they don't have anything to tie him to the club. But now look at it. We looked at the deal from Saudi. You get a principle. They say now 200 and where would you the breakdown? They say now 250 or 225 million naira per day. If you convert that to the convert, we just bring an to naira. 250 million naira, 225 to 250 million naira.
I don't think it's per day.
But no, it's if you calculate if you do conversion rate to million, because it calculates the money now in billions, billion they come, and it's in hundred of billions. That's so one state's national budget in a week. So you look at him now and you be like, bro, make the move. But like I've said it before, his advisors need to be looked into. His advisors need to be checked. Why is it that the only news we're getting now is from the Middle East or from China, from Asia? Why not from the European side? Because Igalo has said it before. He said when he was doing well at Watford, he got a deal from China. But he said, no, my aspiration is to play in the Premier League. Even if it's half season, I want to play in the Premier League. Then after his season in the Premier League, the offer doubled. According to him, he said the offer tripled. Just after one season, the offer tripled, and he's like, okay, fine, I've given what I have to give to Watford. Let me go this way. I've already tried from Udinese to all the places to Watford. I've tried. Let me go to China and make my money. And from China, they even still called him back to England to play another season in the Premier League. So which means it was a double win for Igalo at the time. For Osimhen now, I feel like he needs to look into his advisors. They are all looking at the money side. You want to play football, go to a team that wants to play football. Obi don't campaign tire. Mikel Obi has campaigned. I think he's the campaign manager for Chelsea. Come and sign this guy. You said agree to Chelsea deal. Let's find a common ground to agree a deal. And Chelsea has gone for the lap. Since Chelsea has gone for the lap, now this chicken goes the way it did. This full chicken goes the way it did. And you don't have. I think now you don't have to look at the financial angle. How can Chelsea come in and bring it without selling a player?
Okay, let's see what happens with Osimhen. It's going to be interesting. Where he moves this summer, he has rejected to go to Saudi because even though the money is huge, but he's not want to move. They want to play in not in England. He wants to play in European football, maybe for a couple of seasons. He's still 26 years old. He can play in Europe for like maybe 4 or 5 years.
If you play one season for La Liga,
then you can move to Saudi and eat money. That money is there for you, but I need to build your career because he's a top striker. That top striker, that is level of his level is not supposed to play in Saudi at 25, 26. It does not make sense.
Even when he played in French league.
If you look at it in the footballing terms, but in the money terms, it's actually a huge financial jump. If not me, I go think I'm but everybody knows what he's doing them at the time. But let's see what Osimhen is going to decide. On our YouTube channel, Chooks is saying if Osimhen thinks he doesn't need the money, why don't he reduce his salary and move to Chelsea or any other top?
It's not by force for him to go to Chelsea.
Funny. Well, what he's saying actually is not actually for Chelsea. He's saying any European club, but he has to reduce his salary. That's what he's saying.
Osimhen does not need to reduce his salary.
Well, it's going
At
to
all.
No verse. Reduce the salary. How much did they earn now?
Thank you.
Well, I don't know.
Is still any much below 300?
What are we not saying?
At the moment, he's earning at I think 200 to 250.
And you
at
are
the
going
moment,
to England to go and
and
pay
you want him to
50% tax
if ordinary
and
wait,
reduce your
no.
salary
If
again.
ordinary Sancho,
Nagging him.
if ordinary Sancho no fit reduce his own, no see me wey dey
Ah,
Sancho wey dey deliver no fit reduce his own. Now see me wey dey deliver.
Okay,
No, I'm not saying see because after tax now you start seeing 110.
what are we not saying?
Which is the problem, bro? If Chelsea wants him, say okay, fine, you're going to be paid tax-free salary. Then we understand that okay, fine, you're paying the tax, then he can go home with the 250.
Better
Okay.
deal.
But negotiation is pay me 300 to 400k a week. 300 to 400 is not too much. Chelsea can pay it. Man United, that is the new Saudi of the English Premier League, can pay it. Even if Man United say, okay, we don't want to break that salary structure, we want to bring it down, at least 300 is okay. 250 is okay. 250 with, okay, fine, we are giving you 250, but a place to stay for the first 2 years. All expense paid by Manchester United.
Clubs do it. It's not as if this is the alien
For the
to
first 2
football.
years.
Clubs do
See,
it.
the more go back to the fact now. Tevez. Ferguson done for Tevez. That's why Tevez, if I say Tevez after 3 weeks, he starts to function well. Ferguson, they tell him, say, okay, now, after 3 weeks in the club, Ferguson got him, told him, you are free to hunt apartment hunting and all of those things. And when he settled, they had to, I think the apartment fee, they had to slash it, subsidized it for him at some time. And when he came to training after 3 weeks, Ferguson told him, now you're settled with the apartment, you like where you stay now, yeah? You can play football now. So if you give him all these options, why would he reject the bid?
Well, the problem that it's not, it doesn't have an option now. So until those options are on his table, then he has to decide. But let's see what happens with him. With Osimhen, is still on the market. He's one of the best strikers in the world, but no European club is looking at him for now. But we still have about 40 days plus in this transfer window for him to make a move or find a club. Okay, talking about Osimhen's parents' club, the brother is going to move there. Maybe this week or next week.
That guy just like blue color.
Yeah, the deal is almost done, and he's going to go there for 2 years with option for 1. And I think it's a good addition for Conte.
Good addition.
And he's going to play Champions League next season too. So I think he said it himself. He doesn't want to just go and play in America or in any Saudi club. He wants to play maybe 1 or 2 seasons again in Europe.
Top level football.
Top level in Europe before he moves. And Napoli is giving him that chance. I think it's good for him. He have not tried the Italian league before, and he's going to still play the Champions League with Napoli. So it's a good deal for him.
It's a good deal. It's a good
what
deal.
If Conte now, because already criticize Conte say he never stay long for a job, and yet he win league. What if Conte now call use this team go win Champions League next season?
Well, I don't know. That one is yet
no, because look at the signings they're making.
Another thing you need to look at is Conte's second season has never been better than his first.
So apart from Juventus, almost.
Yeah, let's just see.
Yeah, but let's see. But having a De Bruyne plus his Serie A player of the season, Scott, in his team.
In midfield choke.
Midfield choke for that place. So, but this is our Cameroonian brother. Cameroon in B. Anguisha. Boys food, men food that.
But it seems say now say look at towards the end of last season, Anguisha was mostly on the bench.
Making options.
And wait, now look at
the brother gives them options. That's the point.
Thing.
That's the thing about football. You need options.
Let's not forget that De Bruyne may not come in and play 90 minutes all the time. So Anguisha will still get his game time.
Okay, let's see what happens with him. The brother is going to move to Italy. I think he has played in Germany, played in England. Now he's going to try the Serie A for 2 years or so. So let's see if it's going to work out for him. They're going to be a strong side. Conte is building very well, and he's going to bring De Bruyne with him to play the champion. And he needs it because Conte, when it comes to European football, Conte have not really done well in European football. From Juventus to Chelsea to Inter Milan, he has not really done well when it comes to Champions League football. So I think De Bruyne might help him achieve that next season. Okay, other news around the world. Barcelona is going to sign the goalkeeper. The deal is almost done. Garcia from Espanyol. You hardly see players move because both of them are rivals. But he's going to. But the question is, if Garcia moves to Barcelona, who will leave? They are offering Szczęsny another contract to stay at Barcelona, and they have their captain there already.
Ter Stegen
is there as their captain. They have 3 senior goalkeepers. Somebody has to leave. Who do you think will leave first?
I really don't know right now.
It's confusing.
Because for real, it is.
Yeah, you're offering Szczęsny a new contract for him to stay, even though you have not signed it. Now you're bringing a goalkeeper from Espanyol, that is really, really good, and you have a captain. Your facing captain is your goalkeeper. So somebody has to leave because three of them cannot stay in one club.
I don't think they will be offering Chesney a new deal.
They offer
him already
Excuse me, now let me land. I say I don't think they'll be offering Chesney a new deal and tell him to leave.
Yes,
It's definitely Ter Stegen.
Or
That's the way I see it.
Or they might offer him a new deal. Another club might come and they will sell him for money. They might
I don't know. Let's see how
have a gentleman. Sometimes it happens like that. So they offer you a contract, you sign, and somebody else pays.
Because somebody among the three of them is going to sit on the bench. It may be Garcia. It may be Garcia.
Three of them cannot sit on the bench.
I'm not saying three will sit on the bench. I'm saying that somebody will sit on the bench.
Somebody will sit on the
bench. No, you want to start three goalkeeper before?
Somebody will sit on the bench.
You start three goalkeeper before. Look, see, I'm saying that I think before the run of game for Chesney last season, Ter Stegen has been making some serious errors that Barca fans mostly complained about. And after Ter Stegen came in, after Chesney came in and did all the things he did, I think any match Ter Stegen started, they didn't lose. Any match he played, they didn't lose or they didn't concede much goals. Barca fans are going to look at him like, a blessing that this guy will stick with rather than Ter Stegen. And you look at the other goalkeeper that played after Chesney last season, I've forgotten what his name is, the third choice goalkeeper last season. That one is already leaving, the academic graduate. He's sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered. Now, which club will come carry him now, whether for loan or for free? Will come carry him now, would they look for? Now, with that guy leaving, perhaps building around the guy, maybe you have to, this man will just be there as a what's called senior player.
Who will leave?
Not Ter Stegen now, or the other goalkeeper now. They already have three.
No, leave the third. Nobody's talking about that one. We are talking about we have three senior goalkeepers now. One person has to leave.
The person that fits the style of play of Hansi Flick is Chesney. So he's staying.
So who leaves?
Ter Stegen.
Okay, let's see what happens with them if he's going to leave. That deal will worth about 20 million euros, and probably he's going to sign that document pretty soon. He's going to move to Barcelona. If you look at that guy, he is one of the highest saves in the La Liga last season. I can remember 2 games against Real Madrid. That guy was actually keeping everything out, even though that Real Madrid won that game, but that guy was saving
against Barca.
Even against Barca, I was saving everything that thrown at him.
And
he's actually good with his feet too, which Barcelona team likes. So let's see what happens. Which goalkeeper is going to leave Barcelona in the coming season? Okay, for other news, Kolo Muani is going to stay at Juventus. He doesn't want to go back to PSG. He say he wants to stay at Juventus. Let's see if that will work out for him. He's going to follow them to the Club World Cup. After that, they'll have to decide his future after that, but he wants to stay. Ronaldo said in his own words that he's going to stay with Al Nassr for next season. That's what he said. He has not signed a new contract, though his contract has expired. He has not signed a new contract, but he said that he's going to stay. But let's see if Ronaldo is going to stay at Saudi one more season, because he has a World Cup to prepare for next season. That World Cup is his target. If he touches that World Cup, Papa will just retire.
If he still play extra one season,
he will retire. If you win that,
the target now 1,000 goals.
The main target is 1,000 goals.
The target now 1,000 goals. No be the World Cup, but if you win the World Cup, added bonus.
Okay, the younger brother of Jude is officially signed for Dortmund. He moved officially yesterday to Dortmund. His brother moved from what club did he move from? Second division in England again.
Yeah.
What is the
Birmingham
City, and they even retired his number 22 shirt.
Of course.
He moved from Birmingham. Jude moved from Birmingham City to Dortmund, and he did well in the couple of years he stayed at Borussia Dortmund. His younger brother is taking the same route, same path that he took. He helped promote Sunderland to the Premier League. Everybody was expecting playing in the Premier League one season now.
That's in a scam.
His championship.
Teams will finish with 96 points.
It does not matter. He finished. He's in the Premier League. These have been the format in memorial.
Yes,
but it depends now because I was hoping to see Chris Wilder back in the Premier League.
It's not. You could have.
Unfortunately,
you could have won the playoffs
season.
now. You could have finished top 2.
Yes.
If you don't want to play playoffs, finish top 2 in the
100.
championship.
I want to finish at 96.
So the younger brother of Jude Bellingham, what's his first name again?
Job.
Bellingham is going to play for Borussia Dortmund for next season. I think probably if he do well another big club will pay 100 million for you because that's one like business club wey they do, they na business. Nothing concern them concern qualify winning the league again. Buy you, sell you. Look at the one that Chelsea is bidding for.
Gittins, yeah.
They buy you for cheap and sell you big money and pocket money and find another small boy and buy for 20 million pounds and put in their team, and you will do well, and they will give you opportunity to shine. So let's see what the boy is going to do when he moves to Borussia Dortmund next season. Okay, let's talk about Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank is going to move to Spurs as the because he has been concluded that he's going to take over Tottenham next season. I think it's a good move for him personally. Why? Because he has an opportunity to play the Champions League. He has not tested the Champions League before. Spurs will give him that opportunity, give him an opportunity to build a team there. In my word, they might sack him after one season, but at least you go there your CV say, you don't coach for Champions League.
But no be that kind of CV I don't want. One CV say you go Champions League, you do well, even if you say you know him, but no be like say after one season you're out. Secondly, I feel that there is, let me say, how will I put it now? There's still a question mark over his ability in the Champions League because he's never been there. Okay.
There's always a first time for everything.
Of course, there's always a first time for everything. Agreed. You know, moving to Tottenham FC, good move for him, better club. How will that handshake between him and Daniel Levy work out? Nobody knows. The jury is against Daniel Levy right now, which means that he knows he's walking into a minefield. He has to pray he has the right gadgets to detect where the mines are. Okay, and because you can win on the pitch and then still lose your job at the end of the season. So that's Daniel Levy for you. So if you're asking Daniel Levy for money, go and wear glove and everything so that you protect yourself.
But I think it's a good, personally, it's a good move for him.
It's a good move for him, but we've said this thing before. If you are a young manager up and coming and you get a shot at a big club and you no work out, it diminishes your ability to get better jobs going forward. So it's very important for him how he manages this first season in charge of the club and then how he manages expectation. This is where he should go and borrow what's this guy's name, Enzo Maresca's playbook. We are not here to win the league.
Before I'm coming, Spurs go imagine what you work on top before that they are
but this is because he's coming in now. A phenomenal record where he's coming from. Expectation normally go high. They just tasted trophy.
After 17 years.
After 17 years. If you go back, after 43 years as well too. So they need that appetite now is also there. But then I want to bring in another dynamics into this team. If you look at transfer spending since 2003 to now, Spurs have spent the least. So what are they doing with all that excess money? Because trust me now, Dan Levy is going to come out and tell you there's no money to spend. But there is money.
But there's money.
Tell them when they don't build finish, 90,000 seater.
But not if you look at that deal, I think I'm just looking at for a personal level for Frank.
No, personal level for Frank, good deal. Is it the best deal I would have wanted for him? No, because
no other club is coming.
No, I forget about that club. We said this thing about Jose Mourinho moving and when he could have waited and gotten a better option. My own is this guy, forget about that one. But this guy now moving to this club with Levy.
He cannot get that.
I am raising that placard now.
He has to take a risk.
The case study.
I'm raising the placard now.
If you want to do a case study for Spurs, because what Thomas Frank has done for what's called Brentford is something beyond imaginable. Taking it from relegation threatened team or relegation kind of
same
team.
Same thing when you do
championship type of team to a steady for the past 5 years or for the past 3 seasons. Go and look at Brentford's record. They've been a steady top middle table team. And it's not even middle table what's called below the 10th. It's middle table from 8 to 11. You get that? If they're not there for 8, they go there for 10. They're not there for 10, they go there for 11. They never go below 11 before. For the past 3 years. So they've been a steady middle table. They've been a steady, understand what I mean? They've been a steady middle table team for the past 3 seasons in the Premier League. You get? Now, this manager, this was the same thing that happened to Nuno. Nuno was even competing for Europe because Nuno go Europa League. Played the longest season for Europa. So Nuno was steady at Wolverhampton Wanderers. It was even a top 10 team at Wolverhampton Wanderers. And went to Spurs and they destroyed his career. Where Nuno did now?
Nottingham Forest.
He's doing Nottingham Forest now. He don't kind Nottingham Forest now go another European competition. You get now for Frank, he's been a steady manager and he's been a good manager for the past 3 years. Steady the Brentford side in the top in the middle table side of the table. Not really 50. They need to go that relegation.
Then they escape relegation.
You never hear them talk about relegation battle.
They escape relegation last
now,
2 seasons.
Now this man now said, okay, fine, you're good for the job because this season came with a lot of hype. You get what's it called? Pep Guardiola. Oh, Thomas Frank is a good coach. He's tough playing against Nottingham and Brentford in their home stadium. Playing against the Bees. If you play against the Bees and you're not careful, they will sting you. That's what most managers have said currently in this season. Now he's going to Spurs. He's tactically smart. Will he be back? Because I know that with the likes of Romero leaving this summer or maybe next summer, Romero's long-term future is at stake at the club.
Of course.
Now, will he be back to getting players? Because now as they go Tottenham, he get like 5 of the players where he carry full body. And I'm hearing rumors that he's advising Mbemo to reject Man United and go to Spurs. So when he takes his deal, it will be easy for him to just go there. Now, Son might be leaving anytime soon. Romero is leaving anytime soon. These 2 players, for me, needs replacement before they even get to leave. They need replacement. Will he be back to get his kind of players to come into Spurs, or will he still be handed down the generational players?
Yes.
Because these players that are Spurs is not the players that even Angie got. These are not Angie's players. These are not even the last manager's players.
Okay.
Even Frank Lampard said meet some of the players there, and Frank Lampard don't go like as Frank Lampard come out. 3 other managers don't take over from Frank Lampard, and those players are still there. Will he be backed to get his own players in, or will he still be? He go use this player, so anyhow we want to take down.
Let's see what Frank Thomas Frank is going to do. He's going to move from Brentford to Spurs. They're going to pay a compensation of £10 million for him to make that move from Brentford to Spurs. Then let's see if it's going to work out for him, because every coach that has been to Tottenham in recent seasons, Jose Mourinho, Conte, Lampard, everybody has failed to put Spurs in that contender for the Premier League. Let's see if this coach is going to do that for Spurs. Levy, one thing I know about Levy is he will keep sacking people until he finds somebody that will.
And the worst part is you are not Abramovich.
So let's see what happens.
Sack people, give them backing.
Okay, moving away from that, let's open the phone line for you to give us your own contribution about all these transfers we are talking about. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Call us and tell us what your club is doing, what you think your club should be doing in this transfer market. Remember, the Club World Cup is going to start on Sunday. On Sunday, we are going to follow in that guy, giving you all the post-match analysis about all the games that is happening in the Club World Cup. Okay, let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, what is your contribution?
Good morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, now. Endorsement full everywhere.
Yeah.
They know the number. You know where this one suits me.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or even come back to England.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
35. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. All right. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's see what happens. That family is weird. Truthfully, everybody wants to
No,
play
the
in the
thing is,
Premier League. Apart
you
from
don't
that
have a
family,
It's
stunted
that's the thing.
development because something can just come. The Premier League is high pressure. Something can
mm.
just come and just
And
a
there's
big,
no. He might come to Sunderland and they will get
and they
next season.
relegate
Mm-hmm.
next
So
season,
it's
and
going
there's
to
not a problem.
yeah, a problem for him. Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please. Please, can you speak up? What is your name? Speak up. We can't hear you very well on here. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. What's your name and location? Okay. What is your contribution? This is the
The question we're supposed
okay.
to ask now: how many players Chelsea don't sell?
Mm.
Now the important question be that.
Valid question.
Now the
Valid
value not be
question.
how many you don't sign because if you not sign the whole football team for this one, who go play against you now?
While are they?
Officially, it's just Mamadou Sarr. Officially,
And the lap.
and the lab too. Yes.
So
Mamadou
transfer window
Sarr.
don't close yesterday, sha. So now no go sign again until when I feel they make miss there, so they call players on phone, they negotiate. But transfer window don't close for now until after the Club World Cup. I
No
think
details.
August.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He did though. In the line.
Jackson.
Nicolas Jackson.
Jackson play yesterday.
I don't know.
Now he creates chance for the assist. Second goal. No, he no give assist. Now he give the pass. We get the assist.
Now he cause chaos.
Now he cause chaos. Another person get assist.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Chelsea have to wait. They are still going to continue negotiation with Gittins even after the Club World Cup. They are going to continue because I think the player they like, so probably they will bring it in before the window closes, before July 31st. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, what is your contribution? Just
Two.
The lab
Just
and
two.
Answer.
Signed and delivered. Two
Two
players.
players, the lab Answer. Yes. They never sell
How many players
anybody.
just sell?
They never sell anybody. Everybody see they there.
Zero. Nkunku dey for the next season. Nkunku go start next season. Christopher.
The balloon blower.
Yeah, you
The balloon manufacturer.
Mm.
But I don't buy the lab.
But they don't buy the lap. The lap now na world class player.
Yeah.
Want to buy a player, I'm going to buy a player now. So that the next thing will be okay for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't see
Okay.
who.
Okay. I think we lost the call. Okay, but if
We
we're
lost
talking
that
about
question. We don't see Man City.
well,
People should focus on your game. Now, why are you looking at us?
okay, let's see what happens with Chelsea. Chelsea fans, they like buying players. You remember you have a role. They bought in Santos
But
for
they
Salzburg.
bought.
Santos will come back. The one they gave captain just for a quite short time. He's coming
Mhm.
back to play in the Club World Cup. They had a whole lot of player, and the guy from Brazil is going to come
Yes,
too.
William too.
William is coming. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, I think I'm the last caller, man.
Yes, you are the last
Maybe.
caller. Yeah, name and location,
Good morning,
please.
guys.
Yeah.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Okay.
Please, I want to remind you, John, that Richarlison has been a part of that Brazilian squad, and it seems that anytime he comes on to that Brazilian national team, he seems to perform. He scores goals.
Oh, wow.
We don't discredit what he has been doing for the Brazilian national
No discredits to him.
That one day, okay.
team.
No discredits. No discredits to him.
Continue,
No
continue.
He
disrespect
no
to
get
him.
credit before, so
But he no get
continue.
credit still.
He no get credit, mpa.
I'm telling you, even though he doesn't do so much in the concert, but whenever he comes on, he tries his best.
He cause chaos. He cause chaos.
Okay, I
So I
continue.
think I even prefer himself more than Neymar. Bye-bye.
Hey!
Hey!
As in, see, I understand. See, I mean, more than that. As in, you can't go say you talk and run.
That one shocked me.
Because as you talk and run, everybody is still there in the shock. Because if they
And
see you
then I
after,
saw what you did there. It's fine. We
Okay, this is how I'm going
understand.
to end today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Richard is better than Neymar.
Hey!
Okay, thank you for joining us today in today's show. Tomorrow we'll come back again to talk more transfers, because from tomorrow, transfer rumors, club by club, we're going to looking at what every club needs, what they are looking at for, and what player they are getting. And finally, on our YouTube channel, Lopez is here. He's saying, "Sue Cristiano Ronaldo." They like Cristiano Ronaldo. Thank you, Lopez, for joining us on today's show. Thank you for Choose too for joining us on your comments or on our YouTube channel. Thank you for everybody that joined us on our YouTube channel too. Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alex, your call shocked me. I'm still
swear.
laughing. He said that Richardson is better than Neymar. Okay, football is a game of opinions, so you cannot take it that one away from him. Thank you, guys, for being part of this family. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow. My name is Godwin. Have a wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Volt 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage.
you know, yeah.
In the always dey sarcastic when I talk, but you go think say, "Oh, I hear wetin I go talk."
Entertainment.
No, like look at it, it makes sense, because it's always available. It's always
How
available.
many matches Richardson played this season?
Thank you.
No, like it's always available.